Hello, this is Dr. Weiser. We are continuing with our sessions on how to break any habit. And this is number 2 of 4. And this is really only a little slice of the total subject. But in this session, we're going to talk about how the mind works, the control center, to help simplify the complex process of how and why the programming of the human brain affects us as much as it does. Let's just take an imaginary look into the brain's control system, into its control room. This is the part of the brain where commands are received and where all the orders are handed out, the part of the brain that makes us feel good and work hard and get things done. Or when not so well directed, it makes us slow down, fear the outcome, and stop dead still in our tracks. Imagine standing in the control center of the brain in front of a wall that is completely covered with literally tens of thousands of light switches, much like the light switches in our homes. One section of switches controls our moods, another section of switches our health, another group of switches controls our emotions, and another our planning functions, and another our hopes and dreams. Another section is responsible for how we act and how we move, sit, stand, walk, look, speak, react, and respond. Everything about us, our memory, our judgment, our attitude, our fears, our creativity, our logic and spirit is controlled by the switches in our mental control room. When any command is transmitted to the control room, the proper directions are sent to the appropriate panel of switches. Within a fraction of a second, some of these switches are turned off or turned on. When the brain itself, within the brain itself, a network of tens of billions of neurons and electrochemical switches called neurotransmitters telegraph messages to every part of the brain, selecting just the right section of switches, which in turn switch part of us on and part of us off. The brain's infinitesimally small chemical receiving centers respond to almost imperceptible electrochemical signals which deliver nearly unmeasurable but highly potent chemical substance to our brain, our central nervous system, and to our bodies, which in turn affect everything we do. It controls or it affects everything we do. It is the brain's responsibility. It's in that brain, and it's its responsibility to take care of us. It does so by constantly monitoring our needs and directing the various parts of our system to the necessary action, to take that necessary action. The brain automatically responds to every one of our unconscious electrical, chemical, mental, and physical commands, those that are principally concerned with keeping us alive. But the brain responds almost automatically to any kind of command. Another exceptionally compelling electrical impulse, which also turns the switches in the brain on and off. These electrical impulses, these special mental commands which direct and command us, are called thoughts. Every thought we think, every conscious or unconscious thought we say to ourselves is translated into electrical impulses, which in turn direct the control centers in our brains to electrically and chemically affect and control every motion, every feeling, every action we take, every moment of every day. Whatever thoughts you have programmed into yourself or have allowed others to program into you are affecting, directing, or controlling everything about you. From the day we were born, we have received a staggering amount of programming. It would require an immense computer just to compute the number of individual pieces of information we have received from the world around us in just 1 year. Some of the programming is obvious, but much of it we're never even aware of receiving. Your mind makes no judgments. We need to remember that. It has no opinions. Whatever you tell it, it will act on. It will make your entire system conform to whatever information that you give it or you allow someone else to give it. So, if you keep telling yourself you're a loser and or you allow other people to tell you that, chances are your whole being is going to respond to that program. I want to thank you again for joining me on this second of a series of 4. We invite you to check us out at our website, lifecatalyst.institute.org. You can email me, rlweiser@aol.com, or call me, 630-881-0135. Our program is a unique blend of mentoring and training, and we will credential you, and also you can know that this course is the equivalent of a master's in mental health. Once again, I want to thank you for joining me.